Nestled in the hills of the East Coast is a town named Franklin, New Jersey, and it holds a magical secret. In the late 1800s, zinc mining led to the discovery of fluorescent minerals here. Today I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Dick Bostwick. Please join us in unlocking the secrets of Franklin, New Jersey. Everyone dreams of finding something undiscovered. Finding treasures others have passed by, hidden in plain sight until someone comes along with the key to discovery. My name is Erik Rintamaki, and in 2017, I uncovered a secret that would change my life forever: Uperlights. And now, because of my success with Uperlights, I am after treasure that everyone can find right here in America. What got you into rock collecting?
I collected stamps until I was 17. I went to Colorado and I started picking up rocks. By the time I got back, I had a box full of weird rocks. I don't know if you've heard of Sunny Cook or not.
No.
She was the first person to donate her fluorescent mineral collection here. She was a specialist in fluorescent minerals, and I went into her apartment. She had all these fluorescent minerals, and I went, bleh, and that was about it. That was it.
What were your aspirations with college and everything? What were you gonna do?
I had hoped to get an advanced degree in English. Couldn't make it in grad school.
Yep.
Wound up working for Tom Warren for a year and loved it.
Very cool.
I was his. I sold his minerals. I went on road trips. I sold the minerals and the lamps, and then my wife wanted to come back to New Jersey, so I went to work as a miner at Sterling Hill.
Yeah, so I heard this rumor that if you were a miner here, and you had your lunchbox, that you were allowed to take whatever would fit in your lunchbox.
That's correct. I had a really big lunchbox. As long as it fit in the lunchbox, and as long as you weren't away from your working place. But they expect you to take things out. Everybody, just about everybody did. Yeah. In my case, they put me in the part of the mine with the least number of fluorescent minerals. The only fluorescent mineral from the north ore body was sphalerite, and nobody collected sphalerite. But back then, it was dud. You couldn't give it away. I brought out probably 500 pounds of that stuff when I worked in the north ore body.
What'd you do after the mining?
So I spent the next 40 years or so selling accessories and equipment and running customer samples for a company that ground up samples into powder, pressed them into pellets for analysis. That was a weird career.
All right, you ready to go in?
There's a lot here, absolutely.
Let's go look around. We've never been here.
Yeah, we can walk around, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well, let's see, I don't know. I mean, this is the usual hugga-bugga at the gift shop, and everything in that room is from the local mines.
Okay.
Franklin, Sterling Hill, and the marble quarries. Now that there are about 400 different minerals from this district.
Yeah.
It's by far the most of any mineral locality in the United States. People were paying a great deal of attention to things like the tourmalines and the pyrites and the franklinites and the willemites and the crystals. But then once fluorescence came to the fore in the 1920s and the 30s, the locality became known for that.
Will much of this stuff in here fluoresce at all?
Well, franklinites, black and non-fluorescent. Willemite, I think like everything, there's a lot of different kinds of willemite. Willemite's known in every daylight color, but it pretty much all fluoresces green.
Oh, geez, look at that.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, they do that. Try one of the green ones. They're even greener.
Ooh, yeehaw.
They're spooky.
So when you were underground working, finding this stuff, were you required to know what a lot of the different minerals look like in daylight, or just just grab it and go?
I just knew.
Yeah.
I had just been hanging out at the museum here and learning, but no, a lot of the miners didn't care.
Yeah.
It was something that got in their way. They were there to blow it up and smash it, and they didn't really care about it.
This kind of stuff didn't matter to them?
Not to a lot of guys. Once some of them discovered you could make money by bringing it out, They started thinking that way.
And it was the lunch pail.
I did my best to educate them, yeah.
So there must have been enough in the north end where you were working that you were able to bring something out in your
Sure I did.
bucket every day.
I brought home stuff every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could find it. I mean, it was really only about a month. You know, it depended on the mining cycle. Some of the time you couldn't find anything. But here you have the radiating.
Oh, radials.
Yeah, radial development. Some of those
got to be really, really hard to get.
They are.
Yeah.
They are. Those are very, very rare from Sterling Hill, relatively abundant from Franklin. But remember, Franklin was being mined for over 100 years.
Now I know what I'm after.
Yeah.
I want one of those. We'll follow you guys. You guys know where you're going.
I was about to say.
This is a fabulous tour.
Well, this is actually this is really why people
turn this
come
on
here.
before I go in there.
It's a relatively small number of interesting stuff, but it's, I know, in spite of all the wonderful minerals in there, this is what made Franklin famous. Franklin and Sterling Hill famous, yeah.
Well, I'm ready. Make the magic happen. There we go.
It'll take, they warm up a little bit more
takes
with
a minute.
time. But there you go. These are most of the stuff, as you can see, is the willemite and the calcite. Willemite's green, calcite is red, and it's zinc ore. The blue in the center here is a lead silicate, margarosinite, which is found also in Långbahn and a couple of Swedish localities, but worldwide is an extremely rare mineral. Lead silicates in general are rare. Franklin, in some respects, is one of the great localities for margarosinite.
How do you guys remember all the names of all the different stuff?
It's a lot of work. I can't remember. The only ones I care about are the fluorescent ones, and that's only about 100 out of 400.
Oh, jeez.
And as you can see, other curious items like the wishing well and the spheres.
The spheres are fantastic.
There's a lot of fluorescent minerals in this country. Yeah.
And we found fluorescent sodalite on all 5 of the Great Lakes now, and you know.
And 2 states in.
Oh yeah, and 2 states on the ocean. We found them because I want to get people excited no matter where they live about UV lights. I want people to get out and look because a lot of the geologists I've talked to are like, okay, it's great that we know everything. And we got our nose in a book, but it takes people with boots on the ground to actually find new things. So that's what I like about it. I can be a soldier in the geologist army.